Hi gorgeous, it's Ker-leen. Thank you so much for tuning back into my channel. In today's video, I wanted to share some fragrances in my Arabian perfume collection that I feel are show stoppers, attention grabbers, and completely unapologetic. If you're interested, please keep watching. Hey my friend, thank you so much for joining me for another one. I hope that whenever you're watching this that you are feeling great, and I want to say thank you so much for choosing to spend this part of your day over here with me. If you're new here on this channel, I talk luxury, I do review videos, I share my fragrance journey, I sprinkle in a little bit of lifestyle, and in every single video there is some encouragement. So if any of that sounds good to you, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button because I'd love to have you here, and turn on that notification bell so you know exactly when my videos drop. All right, let's get into it. The first fragrance I have here was a recommendation by my lovely subscribers. This one was recommended to me by 2 different subscribers, so I had to check it out. And when I finally received this one, I was taken aback. This is Celeste by Maison Alhambra.
Celeste has top notes of lemon and bergamot, middle notes of jasmine, lily of the valley, and rose, and base notes ylang, musk, sandalwood, and moss.
So one of the things that makes this fragrance stand out is how potent it is. In my opinion, this one projects at more than an arm's length and it lasts forever on the clothes. So this is on my clothes until I wash the fabrics, and even after they come out of the wash, there are still little remnants and traces of this fragrance. It's such a rich, creamy, sweet, really well done white floral prominent fragrance, and y'all, this just feels like gold in a bottle. And I'm guessing maybe that's why they went with the gold, because this is literally gold in a bottle. If you love white floral fragrances, if you love sweet fragrances, if you love tropical florals, then I think you'll appreciate this fragrance. Not to mention the performance is out of this world. Ooh, y'all, those white florals are so rich and velvety and smooth and silky, but very creamy. This feels like such an indulgent fragrance for white floral fragrance lovers because you get a little bit of everything in here. It's so pretty. Not to mention the packaging is super duper cute. This is Celeste by Maison Alhambra. In this next one, the florals really stand out, specifically the rose. This is Club de Nuit Impérial by Armaf.
Club de Nuit Impérial has top notes of lychee, bergamot, and nutmeg, middle notes Turkish rose, vanilla, musk, and peony, and base notes vanilla, incense, cashmere, and cedar.
If you are a rose lover, or maybe you're just a fan of Delina Exclusive by Parfum de Marly, this fragrance is going to blow you away. It literally gets better with time. This is so much more rich and sweet than when I first received it. As a matter of fact, I think this one is a bit sweeter than the original. I also think this one is smoother than the original fragrance. Whew. This is good, y'all. This is good. This fragrance not only smells incredible, I mean the rose, the creaminess, it has a subtle powderiness, a little bit of a wittiness. Not only does it smell absolutely intoxicating, this is beast mode, absolute beast mode. This fragrance is going to project at more than an arm's length, and it's going to be on your clothes after you wash them. You'll probably have to wash those clothes again to truly wash this fragrance out of the fabric. It is such a stunning performer. That coupled with the absolute gorgeous juice that is inside of this bottle makes this one an incredibly unapologetic, standout, show-stopping, head-turning fragrance. Not to mention you get 3.6 fluid ounces of fragrance in this size bottle, which for me, at the potency level of this fragrance, is going to last me quite a while. I probably have made a little bit of a dent in here because a little really does go a long way. This is Club de Nuit Impérial by Armaf. So in keeping with the rose theme, this next one has a beautiful rose note. This is a pink rose. It's not quite as prominent as the previous fragrance, but the rose is definitely noticeable and it's very well done. This is Noir d'Arabie by Pandora, a Paris corner line of fragrances.
Noir d'Arabie has top notes of saffron and bergamot, middle notes agarwood, oud, and Bulgarian rose, and base notes of tonka bean, sugarcane, white musk, and amber.
So as we are approaching cooler weather, this is a fragrance that I think you're going to want to check out. I know there are some other dupes that are similar, have the same scent profile to this one. This one is stunning as well. This is a fragrance that I have compared to the original. I'll link that video here. And this is a very, very well done dupe of Arabian's Tonka by Montal. If you love a good rose fragrance, you love sweet fragrances, maybe you enjoy some woodiness in your perfume, this is a fragrance that encompasses all of those things, but in a very well blended formula. I happen to think that even if you're not quite a fan of one thing versus the other, you can definitely still enjoy this fragrance. One of the things that makes this particular fragrance stand out to me is the way that they do that sugar note. This is such a sugary, sweet fragrance. So if you love really yummy, edible smelling fragrances and all of the notes and accords I mentioned, I think you will really enjoy this fragrance. This is another beast mode scent. Now, the original is nuclear. It is out of this world as far as performance. But I do think that this one is a worthy inspiration because the performance, in my opinion, is absolutely beast mode.
The saffron gives an earthy yet soft feel.
And the way that it dances with the rose accord, the wittiness and the sugar note in here is absolutely gorgeous. So this is one that if you want to be noticed, this is going to get you noticed. It's absolutely fantastic. But spray with caution because this one is absolutely beast mode and definitely will surprise you in the best way possible. I am so excited to get into this one as it cools down where I live because it is gorgeous. This is Noix d'Arabie by Pandora Scents, a Paris Corner line of fragrances. So this next one is another fragrance that is absolutely delicious and delectable, but is very bold in its presence and how it wears. So similar to Noix d'Arabie, this one is very robust. This one though is a little bit more on the gourmand side of that spectrum. So this one smells like literal food, but it is still very elevated. This one caught me by surprise. When I smelled this one, I fell in love instantly. Not only that, this one is also an incredible performer and an absolute compliment getting head turning type of scent. This is Artisan Ethnique by Lattafa. So Artisan Ethnique is another fragrance that makes no apologies. This one just commands the room, so you're either here for it or you're not.
Artisan Ethnique has top notes of rum, cinnamon, and sugar, middle notes of cacao, coffee, oak moss, and caramel, and base notes of cashmere wood, tonka bean, labdanum, and vanilla.
This fragrance, similar to the name, puts me in the mind of an artisanal pastry. So this pastry was made with love and care and culinary skill, and it's very sweet. It's very rich. There are subtle spices in this pastry, and I am enjoying this pastry inside of a small local coffee shop. That's what this fragrance is to me. It is absolutely gorgeous. I talked all about this fragrance in a video where I did a haul and this was included, so I'll link that video here so you can hear more of my thoughts on this fragrance. But if you love a good gourmand perfume and you love to smell edible, you love something rich and sweet, something that's going to be substantial enough to withstand cold weather, something that's going to project far, last all day long, and then some, Artisan Ethnique is that girl. I do not regret this fragrance one bit. Not only is this one affordable, but it performs like an expensive niche fragrance.
Speaking of niche fragrances, Artisan Ethnique is a dupe of Born to Stand Out's Sugar Addict.
And while I have never smelled that one, this one leaves nothing to be desired. It's rich, it's creamy, it's silky, it's slightly woody, it feels slightly spicy, it's warm, it's enveloping, it's all consuming really, because once you have this on, this is all you and anyone around you is going to smell. This is Lattafa's Artisan Ethnique. So this next one is a little bit of a bonus because it is a little out of season, but I definitely wanted to bring it up in this video because if you're someone that is looking for fragrances that stand out, that make no apologies, that command attention, that are perhaps compliment getting fragrances that really leave a lasting impression, I could not leave this one off of this list. This is Pure Ombre by Risala. This is one of those Herba Pura by Xerjoff inspirations. So this one smells literally the same. I think it has the exact same notes, and honestly it gives the same feel. But what makes this one stand out is its performance for me. So this scent profile we're all very familiar with, but if you're looking for that scent profile with projection and lasting power, you're gonna get it in this fragrance, in my humble opinion. That is what was the selling point for this fragrance for me.
Pure Ombre has top notes of Sicilian orange, lemon, and bergamot, fruity notes at the mid, and at the base we have white musk, Madagascar vanilla, and amber.
So this one is just vacation dreams in a bottle. This is the perfect summertime fragrance, whether you are traveling or not. If you're traveling, this is perfect for those Mediterranean getaways, those coastal getaways. But if you're not traveling, this is the kind of fragrance that is going to transport you to that kind of a region in your mind. So when I first spray this one, I get that blast of juicy fruits and a little hint of citrus. This smells so clean, so effervescent, so fresh, but it's also very substantial all at the same time. There's something in this fragrance that really clings to your clothes, grab onto your fabrics, and never let go, and last and last and last. I don't know what it is, but y'all, this is like your fruity, fresh, zesty, zingy, juicy fragrance that feels very musky and light and clean, but gives you a little bit of interest. So this is one that, like I said before, I couldn't leave it off of the list because when I think of really impressive performers in my perfume collection, this one definitely stands out. This is Pure Ombre by Risala. And last but not least, I could not do this video without this fragrance right here. This is another one that's perfect for this time of year. As it gets cooler and cooler, this is one that's going to stand out. This is another one that I feel clings to your clothes in such a way that, in my opinion, makes it a beast mode fragrance. This is Afnan's Edict Amber Rhythm. This is one that I've talked about time and time again on this channel, so I'll link a video where I've talked about it previously right here for you, so please feel free to go back and watch that video to hear more of my thoughts on this fragrance. In essence, this fragrance is a combination of a variety of fragrances we know and love. For instance, this one might remind you of a mix of a Baccarat Rouge 540 with a Ker-leen Angel Share and maybe even Commodities Milk. It's like all of those fragrances in one. So not only does this one smell delectable, delicious, intoxicating, all of the things, this one performs and it commands attention. This is one, like many of the ones I've shown you so far, will show up before you do in any room. I cannot say enough good things about this perfume. It is so expensive and luxurious smelling while still smelling absolutely incredibly delicious. This is so good. So this is another one that is warm, it's creamy, it's sweet. There are edible smelling elements in here, but there is a gorgeous saffron in here, which gives it that expensive feel and also adds to that performance.
Amber Rhythm has top notes of cinnamon, amber, and tonka bean, vanilla, saffron, and jasmine at the mid, and base notes ambergris, cedar, and sandalwood.
This is one of the ones that has a clear bottle, so I can show you how much I've used so far and also the color of the juice. I do feel like the juice does darken a tad bit over time because of the notes, but y'all, this is one that I cannot wait to get back into as it cools down. This is one of my fall winter favorites for sure. This is Afnan's Edict Amber Rhythm. All right, friend, thank you so much for watching up to this point in the video. If you enjoyed it or if you found it helpful, don't forget to give it a like on your way out. Thank you so much for all of the likes in advance. That is what helps my channel continue to grow and reach other fragrance lovers like us. Also, if you love fragrance content, I have a lot of good, juicy reviews on a lot of new fragrances, and I'd love for you to be here. So if you would like to be here for that, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and turn on your notifications so you never miss another video. Really quickly, I have an announcement. My 30-day devotional, Align in Rain, is now available on Etsy. If you're ready to go on a 30-day glow up journey, is what I like to call it, and get closer to God and closer to your sense of identity, then this devotional is for you. I wrote it for you. Not only did I write it for you, I wrote it for me as well. And it's something that I've gone through myself and I will continue to revisit and go through. So know that we are in this together. So check the description box for the links to find it either on Amazon or Etsy. So friend, before we go our separate ways, today I wanted to encourage you and remind you to stay focused. Do not get distracted. Do not get off course. As we get closer to our purpose and living out the things we were created to do, there are going to be distractions along the way. And it's up to you and me not to fall for those distractions. So I want to remind you today to put on your armor. And for me, that's the Word of God and reminding myself of who I am, whose I am, and my purpose. So I want you to put on your armor, whatever that looks like for you today, and remind yourself of why you're doing what you're doing. Let the small stuff roll down your back and keep moving forward. We can do this. I believe in you. You can do this. So don't allow yourself to be sidetracked or distracted. Stay focused. As always, I will be over here doing the exact same thing. Thank you so much for watching this video. I will see you in the next one very soon. Bye!